Welcome to our video today for the tour, and we're going to be thinking today about resources that we can use that help with our Bible reading. Now, this is something that I'm really passionate about, and I'll just tell you a little bit of my own story that might help you realise why that is the case. I've been going to church since I was, since before I was born actually. I've been through Sunday school, I've been through youth groups, I've sat through goodness knows how many sermons, I've been at Bible college for 2 lots of 3 years, and I've preached regularly, probably for the past 17, 18 years or so. Most weeks as a minister, I spend a good chunk of my week studying the Bible, preparing talks, preparing devotional notes and the like. And yet, sometimes I can open the Bible and it may be that I'm opening a book like Habakkuk or Amos in the Old Testament, and I can suddenly find myself thinking, I can't remember how this fits into the bigger picture. I can't remember what this is all about, and I suddenly find I need help. I need somebody to help guide me through those difficult passages of the Bible. Now, the good news is there are so many resources out there, so many books, online resources, things that we can go to that will help with our Bible reading. So I just want to talk about 3 different ways that we can do that, just very briefly in the next few moments. The first thing is about Bible translations and study Bibles. As we begin these first days on the tour, perhaps one of the most important things is to have a really good modern translation of the Bible available to you. It's counterproductive, really, to have a translation of the Bible that uses language that we naturally don't use anymore or don't understand. So if you can, get a really good translation. Now, study Bibles are great as well, and if you're getting a study Bible, again, think about the translation you would want to use. If you go on the Bible Society website, there's a whole load of information on there about which Bible translation might be best for you. In church, we tend to use the NIV, which is a really great translation. There are other translations like the New Living Translation, the New Century, which are good if you're working with young people and are really great for reading with children as well. Or if you want something that's perhaps a little bit more academic, the ESV is a good choice. But thinking about study Bibles, these sort of take us on a bit just from Bible translations. You'll have to excuse my great big pile of books here. But these are 2 study Bibles that I've got. Here's an NIV study Bible. And what this has in it is not only the Bible text, but it also has what we call commentary, which on every verse that is actually written in God's Word, there's a little comment underneath, and it tells us what it's about, how it fits in with the bigger picture. And all the way through this are other sort of resources, like just if you can see that page there, at the beginning of the book of Daniel, there's an introduction to the book of Daniel. It will tell us when it was written, who wrote it, all kinds of bits of info. And if you're like me and like maps, you often get maps in there as well. This is another slightly different type of study Bible. This is a New Living Translation. This is called the Life Application Study Bible. And what this one seeks to do is to really help you out with thinking about how the Bible applies to everyday life. So it will ask all kinds of questions of you as you read the text. But again, it's very similar to the study Bible. Now, what we have in both of those is, in a sense, a load of condensed academic scholarship, but in an easy, accessible form. So you're getting some really, really good quality teaching there as you read the Bible in your day-to-day readings. Sometimes, though, you may want to go a little bit deeper still. And so the next thing is about digging deeper. Now, this looks like an enormous book, doesn't it? It's, I don't know how many thousands of pages long, nearly 1,500 pages long. And what this is it's called the New Bible Commentary by IVP. Now, if you're like me and you like real books, you might want to buy one of these. This is about £40 if you go on Eden and choose to buy it. If you prefer it on a Kindle or want to have it on your laptop or whatever, it's available in all kinds of different formats. But I like to actually have a real version of this in print. Now, what this is a full commentary on the whole Bible. It's a condensed version of all kinds of writings of well-known and well-respected evangelical scholars from across the world. And for me, it's a book that I would go to most weeks as I'm studying the Bible. It just gives that bit of extra depth that you get than sort of going on from the study Bible. One stage further. Now, this is now from a commentary series called The Bible Speaks Today. And I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but this is a commentary on the book of Jonah. Now, if you look at it, it's quite thick. The book of Jonah is only a few pages, so that gives you an indication of the kind of depth that we get to with these kind of study guides. But even so, it's really accessible. You don't need to be somebody who studied theology or been to Bible college to read it. You'd be able to just pick it up and read it. I'm going to give a load of background info on that book. So there's some tools for digging deeper. Just one more area as well that you might want to explore is apps for your phone, online resources that you can put onto your computer. So apps for your phone, things like YouVersion is a great app available on both Android and Apple platforms. Bible Gateway, we've referenced this in some of the literature for the tour, is a brilliant online resource. But just a very slight word of warning here. If you go doing exploration around the Bible and type in all kinds of things into Google, you'll come up with some great websites, but you'll also come up with some that may seem to lead you off in strange tangents. If you ever are in doubt as to whether something is good or not, then do drop us an email on the tour and we'd love to talk to you about that. So I'm hoping that's been helpful. Let's dig into resources as we go through, because the Bible has inspired Christians over centuries. And when we're reading, we're digging into some of those things that God has inspired other people to write. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. God bless.